Sean Combs, better known to the world as Diddy, is now facing a wave of serious allegations that have shaken the entertainment industry. And as the controversy grows, one name keeps getting pulled back into the conversation: Usher. For years, Usher's connection to Diddy was framed as mentorship, opportunity, and industry development. But now, old interviews, resurfaced clips, and new public claims are forcing people to look at that chapter differently. What was really happening behind the scenes?
It's not our fault that Justin Bieber got fucked by Diddy.
It's not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy anymore. It is not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy no more.
Don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
I had a certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did.
The conversation didn't stay light for long. As more people began revisiting Usher's early years around Diddy, unverified claims started surfacing. Claims suggesting that the pressure and environment around that time may have been far more serious than the public ever knew. And if even a fraction of those claims are true, this story moves beyond gossip. It becomes a much bigger question about power, protection, and what young artists were exposed to behind closed doors.
Asking, because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing some programs. They may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you hear it, and that's what happened.
To understand why this story has become so intense, you have to go back decades to when Usher was just 14 years old. At the time, he was already seen as a rare talent. Signed to LaFace Records and guided by L.A. Reid, Usher was being prepared for something much bigger than a normal teenage career. So Reid made a major decision. He arranged for Usher to move to New York and spend time under Diddy's influence, a move meant to sharpen his image, toughen his sound, and introduce him to the lifestyle of a major star. But years later, that decision would raise difficult questions.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. And now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was...
At the time, clips like this were presented as friendship, even brotherhood. But today, viewers are looking back and noticing how strange some of those moments feel, because this wasn't just two celebrities joking around. This was connected to a much earlier chapter, when Usher was still a teenager, and Diddy was already one of the most powerful figures in the industry. This wasn't merely a relocation, it was a high-stakes industry experiment. The goal was clear: take a gifted young singer, place him inside a powerful music environment, and turn him into a star with confidence, edge, and commercial appeal. But the question now is simple: what came with that environment?
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody
it was crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans.
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
That phrase, "I saw some things," is one of the reasons this story refuses to disappear. Usher didn't explain everything. He didn't give names. He didn't turn the interview into an accusation. But the way he described that time left people wondering what a 14-year-old was truly exposed to. And even though the public story was that Diddy helped shape Usher's sound, the deeper question remains. What was the real price of that transformation?
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. What kind of fucking asshole do you gotta be?
And this is where the story shifts from Usher's past to Justin Bieber's early rise. According to widely reported accounts, Justin Bieber was introduced to L.A. Reid by Usher when Bieber was still very young. At the time, it looked like the perfect industry success story. A superstar mentor discovering the next global pop sensation. But now, people are asking whether Bieber was being pulled into the same high-pressure world that once shaped Usher.
I was flown out to Atlanta by a manager. His name's Scooter Braun. flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio, and who rolls up? Usher in his Range Rover. Rolls up, and I was like, "Is that who I think it is?" And Scooter was like, "Yeah." And so I ran up to him and I was like, Usher, I love your songs. You want me to sing you one? And he was like, let's just go inside, little buddy. It's cold out. So the politest possible way he could say no, he did. And I was like, wow, he just turned me down. And I was a little disappointed. He had to go into a studio session, so I was like, whatever. And a week later, he actually watched my videos with my manager and was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I let him sing? So flew me back to Atlanta where I got to meet him again, and he wanted to sign me. But there was something else.
Justin Timberlake, right?
Yes, Justin Timberlake also wanted to sign me. It was like kind of like, what happened was Justin Timberlake and Usher both went into a ring and boxed it out.
Justin Bieber exploded onto the global stage at just 15 with One Time, but his rise began even earlier. Scooter Braun discovered his YouTube videos, Usher became a key mentor, and L.A. Reid quickly saw star power. At first, it sounded like a dream, but looking back now, that dream had another side. Intense pressure, powerful adults, and a young artist entering an industry he may not have fully understood.
But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp.
At the same time, Bieber's rise was moving fast. When he stepped into the room, he performed with the confidence of someone far older than his age. L.A. Reid reportedly saw the voice, the presence, and the star quality immediately. And through it all, Usher remained central, not just as a mentor, but as the person helping guide Bieber into the machine. That is why people are now revisiting every early connection.
Me plus you, I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time. One time when I met you, come on. Wow.
I ain't mean to stop you like that, but this is only a tease. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you, Island Def Jam recording artist, Justin Bieber. It's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's going to be big. Ain't that right, Justin?
That's right.
That's right. So look out. We're coming.
During those formative years, Usher had already experienced Diddy's world himself. And that is what makes the Bieber connection so heavily discussed today. Because viewers are asking, if Usher saw things that were curious or wild, did he fully understand what Bieber was walking into?
I think that was crazy. I think that was out of, and then May said that was Puff's. I think he said May said that was Puff's, but Mace was in the bathroom with it. I don't know what that was all about, man, but that was real weird to me. That was crazy.
Crazy, man. But before we get off of that, right, I remember you told me a while ago that, you know, Mace, he used to live with Diddy, and he know a lot of stuff about Diddy that a lot of people don't know.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too, when he was younger.
That moment adds another layer to the story. Because the focus is no longer only on what Diddy allegedly did, the conversation has expanded to the people around him, the people who may have seen things, heard things, or stayed silent when difficult moments unfolded. And now, the attention shifts back to Bieber. According to reports cited by entertainment outlets, Justin Bieber has been deeply unsettled by the allegations surrounding Diddy and has been advised to distance himself completely. Sources close to Bieber have claimed he wants no connection to that world anymore, and whether spoken publicly or not, that distance has become part of the story.
This was years ago. So the locks ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. This the kind of, man, listen here. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But I want to talk about this lawsuit by Dunn, right? And I want to get your opinion on it. It's a part in this lawsuit where she alleges that she was at a dinner with Neo, Usher, and Jimmy Iovine. And Diddy, he punched Cassie in the stomach and no one did anything. How you feel about that?
They were part of the dinner and they watched Cassie get abused in front of, Puffy abused Cassie in front of them. And neither one of those men, and they probably security was around too, did nothing to stop what he had did to Cassie. Now that's just crazy right there, bro. That is just crazy. Usher probably got a daughter. Neo probably got kids, I don't know. Jimmy Iovine, you know, he take about 15, 20 scoops of sugar in his coffee. So all those cats there, supposed to be men, watched that lady get abused right there in public, and they did nothing, brother. They did nothing. That goes to show you the power that he had mentally over them.
Sources suggest Bieber's early career unfolded under intense pressure. His mother, Patty Mallet, supported him heavily, while critics have questioned whether enough protection and oversight existed around him. Usher's role has also been brought back into the discussion because Bieber was signed under his mentorship, but one moment has drawn especially heavy attention. The 48 hours Bieber reportedly spent with Diddy as a teenager.
Welcome to the family, John.
Bad boy, bad boy, bad boy.
Check my bitch, I'ma break it again. Feds keeping the spot. Hey, stays outside like them Yeezys go dry. Yeah, she think.
Moment is now being re-examined through a much darker lens, because Bieber was still young. And when Diddy says they can't really disclose what they were doing, viewers immediately start asking questions. Was it just entertainment? Was it industry bonding? Or was there more happening behind the scenes?
I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
No,
16.
Slow down. Let's slow down, Josh.
Okay.
Now slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you know, when you get 16. You good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion?
Yeah.
All right. So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
That exchange has only deepened the speculation. Bieber's response is awkward, and Diddy's tone has been heavily dissected by fans. Some observers believe it reflects a strange dynamic, one where the boundaries between mentorship, access, and control were never clearly defined. That line, joking that Bieber knows better than to talk about what he does with Big Brother Puff, has become one of the most replayed moments in this conversation. At the time, it may have been brushed off as humor, but today, people are looking at it differently. Because when allegations surround a powerful figure, old jokes can start sounding like clues. Bieber and Usher are not the only young artists people connect to Diddy's influence. Other figures have also spoken about Diddy's reach over young talent and the way he positioned himself as a mentor in the industry. And that broader pattern is exactly why these clips are being pulled apart.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything?
Yeah.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 5.
Moments like this remind viewers how young Bieber was when the industry was already treating him like an adult. And that is the bigger issue. This story is not only about one celebrity connection, it is about how young performers are handled when fame arrives too fast, when adults around them have power, access, and control.
What's going on with you guys? Are you working together?
I'm not. I mean, I think that we become friends in a strange way, you know.
Like Robin Big.
Yeah. It's like exactly.
I'm Big and you're Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person. Besides his talent, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin, You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
The focus then shifts again, this time toward Diddy's family dynamic and his relationship with his mother, Janice Combs. Some observers have pointed to resurfaced footage showing unusually casual and intimate jokes between them, arguing that it adds another strange layer to how people are now interpreting Diddy's public image.
Bieber's here, everybody. How are you tonight? Are you okay?
I'm doing great. Yeah?
This is your first Brit Awards. Are you enjoying it?
It is. It's my first time here. I'm really excited. So many people are so nice here, and I'm excited.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes. What music are you listening to at the moment, Justin?
Well, I listen to a lot of different stuff. I'm really into Jessie J, actually.
Ah, well, she's here. We're going to get to see her later. Thank you so much. Look at him. Look at what a beautiful face. All right, now it's time to find out who's nominated for International Breakthrough. Voted, just do it. Don't mess around. Don't tease me, Bieber. Voted for by the readers of Radio 1, the listeners, I should say, and here to present it is a woman who has broken more bands than I've had hot dinners. Well, not that many, but a lot. It's Fern Cotton. Oh.
Gonna jump on this like a fat rat in a cheese factory, but I don't care. When we were in the studio one night, Dawn wasn't there. But Puff had his little street team, engineers in there, and he said, and I said this before, he said, they're gonna keep messing with me, and I don't know who that they was. It could be their parents, it could be their management team. They're gonna keep messing with me, and I'm gonna drug all of them up and pimp them out to my nigga. That's what Puff said about Danity Kane. Whether he was playing, because they was laughing and joking, and I said, out of my mouth in front of him, man, them somebody's daughters. What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? I got daughters. That's exactly what I said and walked out the studio. So my whole thing about that is this. If he did it, or if he wasn't playing, did he say it out his mouth? Yes, he did. Did I hear him say that? Yes, I did. But I ain't in the indictment.
You think he gonna get sued by any other bad boy artists?
It depends on where they at in the music business. It depends on what they trying to do in the music business. Some of them might be still trying to write behind the scenes. Some of them still might be trying to sing, do songs or whatever. It depends on where they at in the music business, man. Because what happens is that that's just like I explained that the other day on the Gene Deal show, is that when individuals have a dream to be something, whether it's in sports as an athlete, whether it's a band member in the music business or a singer in the music business or even a comedian. When somebody has the power over you, you may not come out, bruh. You might not say nothing. You might just keep trying and fake it until you make it. And I think that when people see that he was losing his power and his grip, it might be many more people that want to tell the true story behind their relationship with him. Did you know that the Lox, bruh, did, I think we always love you, Big Papa? The Lox did that for nothing. They didn't get nothing out of that. All the proceeds were supposed to go to Big's mama. It's a dude that goes around and he investigates publishing on artists and for artists. I knew this years ago. Did you know he finagled the situation where Miss Wallace only got 75% and he got 25% and the Lox got nothing? But they end up working it out once the Lox and them people investigated that. Now, I ain't never spoke to the Lox about that. I spoke to the dude that investigated the thing and found it. And this was years ago. So the Lox ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. This the kind of, man, listen here. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But I want to talk about this lawsuit by Dunn, right? And I want to get your opinion on it. It's a part in this lawsuit where she alleges that she was at a dinner with Neo, Usher, and Jimmy Iovine. And Diddy, he punched Cassie in the stomach and no one did anything. How you feel about that?
They were part of the dinner and they watched Cassie get abused in front of, Puffy abused Cassie in front of them. And neither one of those men, and they probably security was around too, did nothing to stop what he had did to Cassie. Now that's just crazy right there, bro. That is just crazy. Usher probably got a daughter. Neo probably got kids. I don't know. Jimmy Iovine, you know, he take about 15, 20 scoops of sugar in his coffee. So all those cats there, supposed to be men, watched that lady get abused right there in public, and they did nothing, brother. They did nothing. That goes to show you the power that he had mentally over them. Here go a woman witnesses, and this witnessing it and said, they said nothing. Yo, man, stop. Don't do that. Yo, not here, bro. Easy. Nothing. Don't do nothing. Say something. She said they didn't do anything and they didn't say nothing. That's the bad thing about it. If you're not going to do nothing, open your damn mouth and say something. And that's a lot wrong with our people right now. They don't even want you to say nothing.
The situation raises urgent questions about how so much could happen so publicly while so many people stayed silent. How did young artists end up so close to powerful adults without stronger protection? How did certain stories remain hidden for years? And why are so many old clips only now being understood differently? At the center of this story are three names: Diddy, Usher, and Justin Bieber. One was the mogul with power. One was the young star who lived inside that world. And one was the next generation of talent who may have been exposed to the same industry machine. Nothing should be treated as proven unless it is confirmed, but the questions are no longer disappearing. Because sometimes the most disturbing part of a story is not what people say openly. It is what they avoid saying for years. And now, as more footage resurfaces and more voices speak out, the public is left asking one thing: how much of this story has still not been told?